Hello, this is 10 questions with me, Ethan Trimby. I've got my questions here, my list of 10 questions. Hopefully there's no stitch up questions in here. Let's get started with question number 1. Where can we find you on social media? So I predominantly post on Instagram and my name is Trimby_photography. That's where I tend to showcase everything that I enjoy about photography. So be sure to give me a follow on there. Question number 2. How many ants would it take to lift an elephant? I ask myself this question all the time and I reckon, I'm saying a good 10 million ants, I reckon. They're pretty strong. They can lift 1 leaf each. How many leaves does an elephant weigh? That's another question. Question number 3. Let's take a look. What is the worst bit of kit I own? Photography related, in brackets. That's a good question. I'm pretty picky with my kit before I buy it anyway. So it probably comes down to what is the least used piece of kit. It's probably the Rode mic that I'm using to ironically record this video right now. I haven't done a huge amount of video recording where I've taken the audio from the actual live event. I tend to add it in post-productions. Anyway, if you do like the audio quality, then it's worth getting one because it's what I'm using right now. Right, I think this is question number 4. What is my favorite lens? Well, I only actually have one lens that I use on the Sony that I'm using now, which is the Sigma Art 24-70mm f2.4. Every photographer will say the same. Choosing your first lens on your new body, it's a big decision, especially if you've only got the funds for one. You know, I use it for everything from vehicle photography shoots, I use it for portrait shoots, pet portrait shoots, huge amounts of landscape photography on my travels, so it's definitely worth the money and it's done me well. I am looking for another lens though, so watch this space. I might have a different answer to this question in maybe 2 months' time, we'll see. Question number 5. What would win in a fight? A gorilla or a bear? If anyone watching this has seen the film Prey, I feel like the gorilla's a bit like a predator. You know, the bear would give it a good shot, but I reckon the gorilla would probably win in the end. It's probably a bit more persistent. But then the bear does have claws, you know. A gorilla with claws would definitely win. But yeah, I'm saying a gorilla. I reckon a gorilla would win. Question number 6, I think. Whose work has influenced you the most and why? I feel like a lot of photographers will have the same answer to this question. Obviously, Peter McKinnon, his creative style, the way he approaches his shoots, his outlook on the world of photography. So definitely Peter, but people like North Borders with his vehicle photography, I'd say they're the names that come to mind really. And it's probably the same for most people on this platform. Question number 7, I think. Out of all your photos, which is your favourite and why? Now that is a tough question. The things I post and the things that I look for in photography, they change all the time, and so my favourite photo actually changes. So I won't dodge the question, I'll pick one, and I'll have to say my favourite photo is probably the first photo actually I took with this camera when I got it, which was a big deal for me, and it was one of a swan in Portsmouth. I thought it was good when I took it, but when I got home, just looking at the detail, all of the little individual specks of water that the swan had sort of accrued on its beak and on its face, around its eyes, you know, the detail in the pupils. It made me appreciate my decision to get a new camera. I have to say that is probably my favourite to date. Watch this space though. There'll be a new one, probably next week, who knows. Next question. Best Disney film? Ooh. The list is endless. Disney owns everything. It's got to be up though. You know, if you aren't crying after the start of Disney Pixar's Up, then you've got no heart. You're not a human. I'm saying Disney Pixar's Up, but let me know yours. Question number 9. Why photography? Just a good excuse to get out there, to be honest. There's so much to see in your local area, in the world. Sometimes you just need a reason to go and see it. Picking up your camera, you know, I'm going to try and find the beauty in insert X location, wherever you are at the time. The amount of places that I've been to that I never would have gone to if it wasn't for this camera and this love, this passion that I've got for photography. Final question, drum roll please. Hopefully it's a good one. I'm not saying that they weren't all good. What camera do you use? I think I've already mentioned it. This isn't a plug. I'm not sponsored by Sony, however I would like to be. Hashtag Sony, please. Everyone tag them. This is the Sony a7 III, which I think is probably the camera of choice, the camera body of choice for, you know, 7 out of 10 photographers out there. I'm one of them. Hopefully the quality shows in this video, and hopefully my passion that I've expressed throughout this video and my answers, specifically the one regarding the gorilla and the bear, you know, that's the most important question. But hopefully the way I've answered this has inspired you to get out there, see the world and take pictures of your own. So give me a follow, Trimby_photography, tag me in all your photos, I'll drop you a comment, I'll drop you a like. But thanks very much again, Ben, for having me. Take care, see you soon.